While the headline of today has been 17 different commercial vehicles launched by Tata, but India Firsts for Autocar Professional is a bigger headline. And to discuss the same with me is Girish Wagh. This is Mukul Yudhveer Singh for Autocar Professional. Welcome. Girish says 7 trucks, right? That has been a headline so far, but there have been many India Firsts today. Could you throw some light on that first?
Yes, so I think the first thing that I would like to mention is the safety theme. And I believe that this is kind of our contribution to the driver community. So, our engineers actually studied the pattern of accidents in the country and what is it that we can do. And we realized that if we make all our truck cabins meet the stringent European regulation EC29, R29, sorry, then we should be providing the required survival space for the driver in case of an unfortunate accident. So therefore today we have introduced all our truck cabins meeting that safety regulation. So this is something that we have done proactively and will be absolutely at marginal or no price impact or cost impact for the customer. We believe that this is something that we should do for the driver. Second thing that we have done today is how do we improve the profitability of the fleet owner? And there we have looked at both multi-axle trucks and tractors. And we have come up with, in multi-axle trucks, improvement in the payload of the existing vehicles with a very innovative design of the tandem axle and the suspension, by which there is an increase of payload by around 1.8 tons on 4 of the vehicles. So you can imagine the kind of top line improvement it will give to the fleet owner. Next, in the heavy commercial vehicle category, where we use the 6.7 liter Cummins engine, we worked on improved engine thermodynamics, on the aerodynamics of the cabin and software calibration to give almost up to 7 to 8% of fuel efficiency improvement. So we believe this increase in payload, increase in fuel efficiency will help in improvement in profitability for the fleet owner, right? Next, what we've done is, I think there has been a lot of demand which is coming up in the ILMCV segment, which is 7 to 19 tons. And whether it is e-commerce, auto sector, fruits and vegetables, so where long distance, lower turnaround time, uninterrupted travel is one of the requirement. And for this, therefore, we come up with a new cabin, Azura, new brand. We also come up with a new engine, which will give a much improved fuel efficiency and uninterrupted performance over long distance. So this is something that we have done in 7 and 19 tons. In heavy duty deep mining tippers, currently we were not present with a good offering, and therefore we have come up with a 35-ton deep mining tipper with, for the first time ever, 8.5 liter engine which goes up to 1800 Newton meters. And this is from Cummins, being launched in India for the first time. So you spoke about India first. It also comes with a 12-speed AMT, automated manual transmission, again from Cummins Eaton JV. Also is for the first time in the country for a deep mining tipper. So we believe that with this, the deep mining tipping operation should get easier, number of trips can increase, and that will lead to higher productivity. Lastly, I would say behind us is the full range of our electric trucks from 7 ton to 55 ton. But what is important is the story behind it. So there are two parts to the story. As you know, electrification in trucks is not going to be easy. There are a lot of apprehensions, there are a lot of challenges, and therefore we have been actually closely working with the customers in some of the end-use sectors, not just fleet owners, but the shippers, steel, cement, port, chemicals, e-commerce, auto components. So we have been working with them, and those insights were then used to come up with a range of vehicles. And here it is not only about launch of trucks today, but actually we have developed a complete intelligent modular electric vehicle architecture, which consists of battery packs, which is modular, wheelbases could be changed, tonnage points can be changed, and we also come up with e-axles. This is also again for the first time, also therefore to improve the localization, right? And e-axles also lead to better energy efficiency. So I think with this, therefore, we have a complete range of electric trucks. What we have today here is 5, 7, 9, 12, 28 ton and 55 ton. But these are already deployed for pilots at customers' end, and these trucks have actually completed more than 350,000 kilometers cumulative, right? So I think therefore with this we have a good confidence that these products, with the overall solution that we will provide in terms of annual maintenance contract, or it is a financing solution, charging infrastructure, we should be in a position to therefore support this decarbonization even in heavy duty trucks.
Interesting. So, 8.5-liter engine, improved emissions, improved mileage, improved weight, improved load carrying capacity. Does this signal that we are already, the Tata Motors commercial vehicles unit is already BS7 ready?
So, see, I think it is a matter of time that the country will start moving towards BS7. But I must say that your question is in the right direction. See these new engines that we've launched today, right? One in the heavy commercial vehicles, one in the intermediate medium commercial vehicle segment. These are actually package protected for the next generation emission norms. So yes, I think since we have invested in new engines, it does take care of next at least 10 years of horizon in terms of not just tailpipe emissions which you are referring to, but the decarbonization journey is not going to be directly towards electric. It has to be through technology agnostic platforms. IC engine will continue for some more time, and therefore CO2 reduction in existing IC engine is also going to be important. And that is the reason we have invested in this completely two new engines.
Interesting. Also, when you mentioned European crash standards, right, and then we've spoken about EVs and a lot of other stuff, are we going to explore more international markets, especially because Iveco may soon come into picture?
So certainly, and see, we also believe that almost every market is going to mature. Each market is at a different stage of maturity, but they'll mature. And I think we believe that some of these things like safety, etc., are something which will get accepted in almost all the markets. So whatever we launched today here, we'll see how these products can also be leveraged for some of the international markets that we are going to get into. Your question related to Iveco, see currently it is still under the process of regulatory approval, so we are looking at that. But as we have said before, I think we have a very complementary product portfolio and markets, and therefore once the entire process is completed, we will initiate discussions on leveraging this complementarity of the markets and see that since our pricing is just below the Iveco range, whether we can take it to one of the common markets.
Interesting, sir, and thank you for mentioning that word complementarity, because EVs are complementary to the ecosystem that is created for them, right? One of the biggest challenges for EVs has been finance, and the second biggest challenge has been ecosystem. So, how have you worked? You said you've worked with already a lot of existing customers. You've done tests, you've done POCs with them, but how have you managed the finance and the ecosystem part?
So, see, I think in this entire journey, we've also built the business case for our customers. And when I say our customers, it's also the fleet owners and shippers. What we've seen in these trucks, suppose the truck is going to run, say, 200 kilometers a day. We are finding that despite the initial price being maybe 2x or a slightly more than that, within 4 years, there is a payback. And post that, this all benefit in terms of the higher cash flow or higher profitability. If the daily usage increases to 300 or 400, the payback period actually comes down right up to 2 years. So we are finding that in some applications, the payback period is just 2 years. So we therefore believe that when this kind of a business case is there, the customers are ready, the shippers are ready, and I think quite a few financiers are also coming forward now because the technology risk that they had in mind is getting addressed to a large extent, and we do find the financials coming forward to fund even electric vehicles.
Interesting. One last question, sir. Your moonshot for Tata commercial vehicles and your moonshot for India's trucking industry.
I would say that we in India have a very good opportunity to achieve a very good balance between economy, affordability, and total cost of ownership with the high-end features that we have to anyway at one point of time give, whether it is for autonomous, whether it is for connectivity, whether it is for electrification, whether it is for shared mobility. I think the kind of innovation which can happen in our country, and by nature our transporters are also kind of startups, right? Because it is smaller transporters and they are therefore kind of startup mode. There's a lot of innovation which can happen, and I think as OEM it is therefore our responsibility, and we feel that we can actually leverage this ecosystem to achieve this a good midpoint, so to say, between pricier trucks to a very low kind of price trucks, or some which don't even meet some of the norms, emissions, or regulations for that matter. I think so it can be a good responsibility for us to be at that position.
And how do you extend this moonshot, this amazing moonshot, into the global scenario?
I think, see, electrification especially, and probably at some point of time connectivity, and in future even autonomous may happen, but electrification, connectivity do give us an opportunity to play into more markets, because it creates a level playing ground. And you take an electric vehicle, doesn't have to meet emission norms, and always emission norms have been different in different countries. Now if the safety norms have also been met, you can imagine this truck can go into various markets. So I would therefore say that as we develop our vehicles but do it frugally, then I think our competitive position can always improve. And what I've seen is that brand India actually stands at a better level than some of the other country brands as we go into the developed market. So I think it's something that we should explore.
Perfect. Thank you, Girish sir, for speaking to Autocar Professional, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.